The grieving in Jonesboro, the first of the funerals for the children shot and killed in the middle school massacre in Arkansas, as the father of one of the accused killers speaks out. Federal health officials approved the first ever impotence cure in a pill. And see what El Nino has done to the desert.
This is the CBS Evening News, with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The U.S. Justice Department will not seek federal charges against the two schoolboys accused in the Jonesboro school shooting spree, at least not for now. Federal charges had been considered as one possible way to ensure the two are not released from prison early if convicted of murder under juvenile justice laws in Arkansas. In Jonesboro today, the first funerals were held for the victims. CBS's Jim Axelrod reports from the still thunderstruck community.
They buried two girls in Jonesboro today. Paige Herring's teammates said goodbye in uniform. The services for Paige and Natalie Brooks were the first of 5 funerals in 2 days. A few miles away, 2 other West Side students sat in their cells. 13-year-old Mitchell Johnson and 11-year-old Andrew Golden charged as young killers.
There's very little emotion on their faces. They both were on their bunks this morning when I went in there. One was lying flat, looked like he just awakened from a nap. The other was sitting on the end of the bunk, looking out the window.
Investigators are almost done gathering evidence from the crime scene. From this van, they collected a large quantity of food, sleeping bags, camouflage netting, a crossbow, and 3 large hunting knives. Andrew Golden's lawyer says his client's parents are as baffled as everyone else here.
There are many questions, and at this point, Mr. and Mrs. Golden simply do not have all the answers. They too cannot understand, and they too are asking why Andrew, their 11-year-old baby, is allegedly involved.
Late this afternoon, more details from investigators. Mitchell Johnson was arrested with a rifle and 4 handguns. Andrew Golden, a rifle and 3 handguns. Together, they had more than 200 rounds of ammunition. Also, one rumor dispelled. There was no student at Westside specifically targeted. But for parents in Jonesboro, that does little to calm the fears stirred up this week.
You know, I don't want my child away from me like the rest of the parents, and I would just tell all parents, you know, you don't know what tomorrow brings. Each night, give your child a hug and tell them how much you love them.
Tomorrow, 3 more funeral processions will snake their way through Jonesboro, and more children will watch as other children are buried. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Jonesboro, Arkansas.
There is an update tonight on the conditions of the 5 shooting victims who are still in the hospital. All of them, 4 children and 1 teacher, are now off the critical list. As for the 2 young suspects in the case, descriptions today of the older of the 2, 13-year-old Mitchell Johnson, are poles apart, depending on whom you ask. CBS's Bob McNamara has the comments from some of Mitchell's classmates, and he also talked today with Mitchell's father.
I'm a good father. He's a good son.
Scott Johnson is worried sick about his son. And while 13-year-old Mitch waits in jail, his family is fighting for his life.
Do you have any idea what might have triggered it?
None. You know, something obviously went terribly, terribly wrong somewhere. But trying to find the answer to it, I don't have one.
Johnson's family split up 5 years ago. Most of the time, he lives with his mother. He spends summers in Minnesota with his dad.
Do you think he would be capable of something like this?
Who would think that any child would be capable of that, let alone your own?
His family wants the public to know the Mitch Johnson they do. The football player, the kid who loved coming home for Christmas, the choir boy.
He loved the school choir. He was a very good singer, very good singer.
Mitch Johnson's grandpa drove all night from Minnesota on a mission, rebuilding his grandson's reputation.
Mitchell, he's like really mean. And
students saw a different side of him. There have been devastating comments by classmates.
I don't like him. He was just really kind of bullying his way through life, maybe.
Theories from families in mourning who'd never met Mitchell.
On the way down here this morning, we stopped and picked up a newspaper, and I had read that as of late that he had been a bully, but he certainly didn't show that side of him at our house.
Tomorrow, for the first time, they will get a chance to meet with Mitchell.
I'm going to tell him I love him, that we all love him. And hopefully he'll be able to talk to me a little bit.
This, too, is a grieving family. As hurt as any here in Jonesboro.
That he's not everything that they're trying to portray him to be. He's a little boy. He's 13 years old.
And he's charged in a nightmarish crime. Tonight, Mitchell Johnson's family is left mourning the loss of the child they loved. Bob McNamara, CBS News, Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Bill Howard is the defense attorney representing 13-year-old suspect Mitchell Johnson. I spoke with Counsel Howard a short while ago. Counselor, Mitchell Johnson's father has acknowledged that his son was involved in the shooting. You're a very experienced criminal defense attorney. How do you defend a client whose own father says he's guilty?
Well, first of all, I haven't seen that report and don't really know. My goal in this case is to see to it that the boy gets a fair hearing and a hearing in accordance with the law, and I interpret that as if I do my job, then the system will work.
What did he say to you that you can share with us?
Well, I don't think he said anything that I could share, and we haven't had a lot of discussions about any particulars of the case.
In the back of your mind somewhere, is there the thought, maybe we'll seek a change of venue, get this trial changed some other place?
I don't think so, and the reason is because in the juvenile court system we're dealing with trial by judge as opposed to a trial by jury. So there really wouldn't be any advantage to moving the trial because it would be before the same judge. So I don't really foresee venue being an issue in this case.
Did you not think when you were chosen to defend this boy, why me, O Lord, or at least why me, O Judge?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I heard about the incident shortly after it broke on the news. I sat in my office, stunned, shocked, upset. Within an hour of trying to sort my own feelings out, and within an hour I get a call that my assistance was going to be needed.
Attorney Bill Howard, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bill Howard, the attorney defending Mitchell Johnson, the 13-year-old accused in the Arkansas shootings. Still to come on the Friday CBS Evening News. CBS's Worldwide Market Watch with a look at this week on Wall Street. The president visits a jail cell with history. A pill for impotence gets the go-ahead. And come along for a special look at some spectacular remains from El Nino.
When you get heartburn, indigestion, and pain, don't get these to relieve all your symptoms. When pain this bad grabs you, don't grab these for complete or fast relief. Problems this bad need the 100% solution. Alka-Seltzer, the only one with effervescent power to speed relief and medicines for all your symptoms. Heartburn and pain are no problem with the 100% solution. Alka-Seltzer. And for your worst gas pain, try Alka-Seltzer Gas Relief Liquid Soft Gels.
It's time to discover cars and trucks you may not have thought about before. The 1998 Oldsmobiles at Discover Days. Consider the Cutlass, winner of the AAA Top Car Award. Or the 88, voted a Best Buy 8 years straight by Consumers Digest. Right now, they're both available for a limited time with 1.9 financing. Discover Days with incredible 1.9 financing on all Oldsmobiles at your local Oldsmobile dealer now.
Saturday nights, Marge do-si-dos till midnight, and she doesn't let arthritis pain stop her, because Advil works fast, right at the site of pain. For all kinds of pain, Advil simply lets people do what they love to do.
Vogue Eyewear by Luxottica. What do you want people to see?
I want you to see
where it all started. Growing up doesn't equal growing old.
I want you to see next year's trend.
Let them see you in Vogue Eyewear by Luxottica.
Slavery and race relations in Africa and in America figured prominently today on President Clinton's 12-day six-nation tour of Africa. The subjects came up in South Africa as Mr. Clinton visited with friend and now President Nelson Mandela. CBS News White House correspondent Scott Pelley is traveling with the president.
Today, the president said no one can defend what American slavery did to Africa, but he stopped just short of an historic apology.
I don't think that anyone believes that any living American today would defend, feel proud of, or in any way stand up for the years where we had slavery. Most of the members of the African American community with whom I talk at home advise me to keep our race initiative focused on the future.
The applause came from the Americans. The South Africans weren't so sure. Reconciliation in this country has come only after a detailed and painful examination of the past. Nobel Prize winner Desmond Tutu leads a commission exposing secrets of apartheid. He told CBS News Americans must question their history.
And find out what is this pain in the pit of the tummy of so many of our fellow citizens, which we pretend is not there, and it bedevils relationships. Until you do that, I'm afraid you're constantly going to be saddened.
The sad days of apartheid are remembered on Robben Island. Mr. Clinton visited the cell where Mandela spent much of his 27 years in prison. And the American president got a taste of the resolve developed here. Today, Mandela made a point of embracing Cuba, Libya, and Iran, calling them friends who helped in his darkest hour.
The United States, as the leader of the world, should set an example, and one of the best ways of doing so is to call upon its enemies to say, let's sit down and talk peace.
Even if he couldn't agree, the world's most powerful leader was clearly humbled by a man whose courage made his people free. Scott Pelley, CBS News, Cape Town, South Africa.
There is a possible threat on the horizon to the big and efficient U.S. companies that dominate the aircraft industry. 4 European companies that produce Airbus jetliners say they've agreed in principle to merge. Their aim is to compete more equally with American manufacturers Boeing and Lockheed Martin. Also on tonight's CBS News Worldwide Market Watch, our Friday look at the stock market. Many investors hope the long-running bull market would storm past the 9,000 mark this week, but that did not happen. Today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down more than 50 points. The NASDAQ, home of the high techs, was down nearly 5 points. Today's numbers continue a downward trend for the week. The Dow Jones down 110 points altogether on the week. But still, it's been a banner year for stocks so far, with the Dow up 887 points since January 1st. That's a rise of more than 11%.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Just 1 Prilosec capsule daily can provide 24-hour acid control. Prilosec is not for everybody. Only your doctor can decide if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. To learn more, call this number, ask your doctor or pharmacist, or see our Life magazine ad. Want 24-hour acid control with just 1 daily capsule? Ask your doctor about Prilosec.
Men, is gray hair sneaking up on you, right under your nose?
It is sneaking up on me. Here, too.
You need Just for Men gel. Brush in, and in 5 minutes, rinse.
It's the sure thing for a natural look.
Just for Men gel.
There is a food that more children eat than any other for breakfast. A meal shown to improve their school performance in the morning. That food is
Coming up at 6, what started as a hunting trip ended in an explosive discovery. We'll tell you what 2 local hunters found and why it has federal officials worried.
The U.S. Army has acted on 2 important sexual misconduct cases. Actually, one is an alleged case. Today, the Army turned down Sergeant Major Gene McKinney's request for a delay of his demotion and pay cut, his sentence for being convicted of obstructing justice. Also, Defense Secretary Bill Cohen ordered an inquiry into the case of a general who was allowed to retire honorably while still under investigation. CBS's Cheryl Atkinson has that report.
Donna Maria Carpino is at the center of the latest military sex scandal. She claims that last year, 2-star General David Hale blackmailed her into a sexual relationship. According to her attorney, General Hale told Carpino he would harm her husband's military career if she didn't have sex with him.
General Hale said, I control your husband's future, and if you want me not to court-martial your husband and protect his pension, which she has a part of, you'll sleep with me, essentially. And she did.
Carpino complained to Army officials and hired Charles Gittens, who defended Sergeant Major Gene McKinney at his sexual harassment court-martial. The big surprise was what the general did next.
Put in his papers for retirement. He was gone in 2 weeks.
Is that unusual?
That's extremely unusual. That is a miraculous processing time.
Carpino wouldn't speak on camera today, but complained in a letter to Defense Secretary William Cohen, obtained by CBS News. Allowing an Army general to retire in the midst of an investigation, she wrote, gives the unmistakable appearance of impropriety, or dare I say, obstruction of justice. Today, Cohen said he'll personally look at the report of the department's Inspector General.
Today, I'm concerned about it. I have, in fact, asked the IG to report to me on the findings they have to date, and also asked my general counsel to look into the matter.
Since Carpino wasn't talking, we couldn't ask her why she didn't go to her husband about the general's alleged advances, and we couldn't reach the general. But amid all of the unanswered questions is one big concern for the military, the perception that when it comes to sexual misconduct, there's a double standard, one for high-ranking officers and another for everyone else. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
Boris Yeltsin was in combat mode today, defending his choice of a 35-year-old political unknown to be Russia's prime minister. The Russian president personally escorted his nominee, Sergei Karchenko, to his new office, and Yeltsin threatened to dissolve parliament unless it confirms him quickly. Queen Elizabeth is busy trying to warm up the reputation of the British royal family. Today she made her first visit ever to an English public house, a pub, and the Queen gasped. Even picked up a bottle of beer.
Misty takes good care of her puppies, doesn't she, Mommy?
Yes, she does. And we take good care of Misty. Like when we protect her with Frontline.
Frontline?
See, one spot right here gets rid of fleas and ticks that can make us sick.
Does it hurt?
No, Frontline's really gentle. You know how I know?
'Cause you're a vegetarian.
Veterinarian.
Frontline, the flea and tick protection veterinarians trust most.
Did you know itchy, dry winter skin can get worse from hot water and soap? Did you know sometimes moisturizers aren't enough to relieve itchy patches of dry skin? And did you know, unlike these, only Cortisone 10 with aloe has moisturizers that soothe, plus a medicine to stop itch and help heal. When you have itchy patches of dry winter skin, even eczema or psoriasis, remember the power of 10. Cortisone 10. Powerful itch relief for the power to heal.
Next time, call a Roto-Rooter plumber. When we make an appointment, we keep it.
Pillsbury presents the easy way to make fresh baked garlic bread. Spread the garlic, bake them up, and in minutes you've got fresh baked garlic bread. New Pillsbury garlic breadsticks.
Now we're talking fresh.
Does tossing one of these into your tank kill germs? Who knows? Until now. Introducing Lysol Continuous Action Automatic Toilet Cleaner. It not only cleans and deodorizes, it kills germs. No other automatic toilet cleaner kills more. Till you have our word on it, you can't call it clean.
Is a big odor invading your little space? Stop it with Wizard Stick-Ups and stick up for fresh air.
college basketball's biggest battles. First, Stanford clashes with Kentucky. Then Utah collides with North Carolina. It's the Final Four, Saturday on CBS.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration today approved the first ever cure for impotence in a pill. The drug is called Viagra. It was found effective in about 7 of 10 test patients. It's the only non-surgical and non-invasive potent treatment. It's a prescription drug, this drug against impotence, and will be available in pharmacies in about 2 weeks. Wholesale price, about $7 per pill. CBS News Tonight gives you an inside look at law enforcement. Policing itself. The vast majority of police in this country are honest, but the few who aren't can do tremendous damage to the core of democracy, the rule of law. So rooting out police corruption is a job that never ends. And with violent crime down, the FBI is stepping up its campaign against crooked cops. CBS's Jim Stewart has the story and exclusive pictures.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5. Put it down there. That's 1,000.
They're not easy to make out, but the man on the left is a cop, and the man on the right is an undercover FBI agent, and what's going down here is a bribe. The FBI recently caught it all on surveillance tape, as well as this offer to sell a police radio.
I got a police scanner in there that's set to all the channels just like this. You can hear all the shit going on. I sell that for $200 with the police codes already in it.
Other tapes have caught cops acting like hired help for men they thought were drug smugglers, and this one shows an officer offering the services of a contract killer.
Y'all got any problems with anybody, just let me know, because I still got a hit, man. Yeah.
Counting this arrest last January of 9 current or former officers in West New York, New Jersey, the number of bad cop cases has exploded recently, according to the FBI. And Bureau Director Louis Freeh now calls police corruption a national priority of the FBI. In addition to the New Jersey case, police in Cleveland, Starr County, Texas, Detroit, Savannah, New Orleans, and Chicago have all been targets in the past 6 months of FBI investigations. And FBI Assistant Director Tom Picard says that's only the big cases.
The FBI does not do every case. We only do the ones where it's a systemic corruption or where we're asked to assist a local or state police agency.
Daily exposure to millions in cash and drugs is blamed for some of the corruption, but National Fraternal Order of Police President Gil Gallegos says the trend really reflects better self-policing.
Instead of trying to hide it or put it on the back burner, I think that agencies are more willing to confront it. So
that drives the numbers up.
That drives the numbers up.
Those numbers, however, need to be kept in perspective. The FBI, for example, says it has arrested 500 cops over the past 3 years, but that's out of a population of more than 600,000 local and state police, meaning there's far more good cops out there than bad ones, and the potential bad ones, it's now clear, are about to come under a great deal more scrutiny. Jim Stewart, CBS News, Washington.
Next up here on CBS, we'll take you to a place where you'll see the brighter side of El Nino. First, feast your eyes on the sunny cherry blossom splendor of our nation's capital today as record warm temperatures swept the east.
Life's an adventure because you're over 50 and still exploring. So take the Centrum made just for you, Centrum Silver, with age-essential nutrients specially adjusted to keep pace with your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver, it's a great time to be silver.
Fibercon or Metamucil, both have fiber for regularity. But I like Fibercon better.
Same natural action of fiber, but only Fibercon contains calcium.
And with Fibercon, I get my fiber in 2 caplets.
Fibercon, fiber and calcium in a convenient caplet.
I shampoo every day, but my scalp still itches.
You need Scalpicin for deep scalp itch, the itch you can't wash away. A clear liquid, not a shampoo, with medication not found in leading shampoos.
The itch is gone.
Scalpicin.
Breyers presents Viennetta. But this delicious ice cream with its crispy chocolatey layers could cause one small problem. One slice is never enough. Breyers Viennetta for Easter.
You eat right.
Uh-huh.
You exercise.
Every day.
With your high cholesterol, aren't you afraid of a first heart attack?
Why do you think I eat right and exercise?
Still, that might not be enough to prevent a first heart attack.
That won't happen to me. Won't happen to me.
But it can, because if you have high cholesterol, you could be at risk of a first heart attack.
So what else can I do?
Talk to your doctor about Provocol now. Lots of medications can lower cholesterol, but with Provocol, there's more. Provocol lowers cholesterol and is the only drug of its kind proven to help prevent a first heart attack.
So I can really help control my risk?
Yes, in fact, Provocol can reduce the risk up to 1/3. Provocol, when used together with diet and exercise, has been prescribed for millions. It's not for people with liver problems or women who are pregnant or nursing or may become pregnant. Your doctor may do blood tests to check your liver function because serious side effects can result. Tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Provocol. For information, ask your doctor or call us. Provocol, proven to reduce the risk of a first heart attack up to 1/3.
The El Nino weather phenomenon in the Pacific may finally be waning at least a little, but the effects on our weather pattern could be with us for months to come, well into summer. And those effects aren't all bad or nasty. They can be downright bloomin' beautiful, as CBS's John Blackstone reports from desert country out west.
Okay, come closer.
In the Mojave Desert, this is a springtime to be remembered for generations.
It's mind-boggling. This is one of the rewards of El Nino.
El Nino soaked California all winter, but now desert wildflowers are blooming as they've seldom been seen before. There's the comet blazing star, the lacy phacelia, the Joshua trees are in bloom, and the California poppies go on forever, leaving some people speechless. And so unusual, says wildflower expert Milt Stark, that many Southern Californians can't quite believe all this has been done by nature.
Some people have asked me, are these flowers planted by a helicopter? You know, no, they've been here for thousands of years. It's almost like magic.
Nowhere is it more magical than in the harshest desert of all, Death Valley. Even in the springtime, Death Valley can be a barren and lifeless place, which makes this spring even more amazing. Many of those who know Death Valley well say they've never seen it like this.
It certainly seems possible that this is the bloom of the century.
Park Ranger Charlie Callaghan says some of these flowers come from seeds that have been waiting 20 years for a chance to grow. He savors every moment he can stand among them.
I have died and gone to heaven. I have never seen anything like this before.
In an average year, Death Valley gets less than 2 inches of rain. El Nino brought an all-time record, 5.5 inches. So this spring, the delicate Desert 5 spot is abundant. What the rangers call belly flowers, so small you have to get on your belly to find them, are creeping everywhere among the rocks. For 25 springtimes, photographer Bill Ratcliffe has been coming to Death Valley. Part of what makes this beauty so special, he says, is that it is so fleeting.
You really hate to see it go. It's just part of nature. You know, these flowers will last 2 or 3 weeks and then that's it.
Already, the desert heat is working to diminish this bounty. Soon, it will exist only in memories and photographs. Remembered as the year El Nino brought the California desert to life. John Blackstone, CBS News, Death Valley.
And that's part of our world. Sunday on Face the Nation, Bob Schieffer guest will look at Jonesboro, Arkansas, and the issues of school violence and juvenile justice. Right now, Steve Croft has a preview of 60 Minutes.
A Vietnamese woman thanks the American war hero who 30 years ago risked his life to save hers during the massacre at My Lai. And in Jacksonville, Florida, if you're big enough to carry a gun, you're old enough to go to jail. And if you're too young to miss school, there's a school right inside the jail. 60 Minutes Sunday.
For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. Good night and have a great weekend.
Experience CBS News.
I'm Nick Barris.